Hey everybody. I know it's been a long time since I've done like a review. So today I'm doing a review on these. Now this is the SDS Survival Disaster Safety Emergency Candle. Like everybody knows these guys. They all know them. That's how it is. But these guys, people don't understand what they're supposed to call these because you order these separately. This comes in a 3-pack. This has to be bought separately. They're called globes, even though it's not a globe, or you can look them up as a chimney. I'm gonna post a link for these in the description so people can find these. But this directly slips onto this, and you have your wind protection. Now, this, you have your little pinch top protector, but then you also have your wick cover. This is a wick cover. It protects the wick. It also kind of seals it so it doesn't leak. Now, it's not that fancy, but these do work well. As you can see, I kind of pulled mine out a little bit, but when the wick cover goes onto this, it smushes down a little bit. That's fine. But these are pretty easy. I know it's difficult because I'm underneath a fan, but they are bright. This adds some brightness to it. Now you can see just how bright this is. Bright enough to read by, definitely bright enough to light up the wall behind me. Lights up pretty much the whole room. Ooh, scary stories in the dark. Easy. You see a little bit of flame over the top, but that's because I have the wick drawn up just a little bit. But I mean, it's a very nice device, easy to use. These say that they last 115 hours, but that's a rough estimate. That's a rough estimate based on, wick height, how high you want your flame. Now, there are people that were questioning whether or not they can cook with this. I say if you get the 3-pack and you're in like a small cabin or small like cabin tent, not like one of those little tiny dome tents where you can only fit like 1.5 people. I'm talking about an actual cabin tent with a frame and everything. If you have all 3 of these together, you might have enough flame surface area to set up like a makeshift, cooking ring for, say, like burgers, or if you're gonna make ramen noodles. Granted, it's gonna take a lot longer to cook, but it should work feasibly well. I mean, you're not gonna be cooking steak and eggs on this damn thing, because I mean, you're literally talking about cooking over a candle. Now, the 3-pack of these costs about $21. That's actually a pretty good deal, given you have 3 very large candles. See, and I wouldn't even classify this as a candle, as more of a lantern or an oil lamp. I mean, it's basically kerosene, and you have a wick, so that'd be a kerosene lamp. This, on the other hand, these are sold separately and they're sold individually. Granted, they are a decent price, and I'll post them here. But would it be nice if they came together? Yeah. But then you're talking about, contacting the company that makes this and the 200 companies that make this and bringing them together. And then this company's left out in the dark, so to speak. But this little thing, say you're out camping and you don't want to bring a flashlight because you're going to burn up your batteries. I mean, you go camping, you take this, you light it, you go out to your little poop shack or wherever you have your toilet set up, and you have this. Not only is it light, but it's also warmth, and it deters or draws the bugs to it rather than to you when you're pooping. But I mean, it's easy. I mean, these are self-contained. They literally shipped it to me in a box, so it's not like you're going to be leaking fluid everywhere. I mean, yeah, it does drip when you put it on its side. But if you're out and about camping, you're not going to be sitting there juggling these things around. You're going to keep them upright, put them in a box. Even if you have to. I mean, watch this. You get this on here. There's your seal. As long as you remember that seal, you're not going to lose anything. Now, if your seal's off, then it'll drip. You'll spill. You'll have issues. But that little cap there, and then your child safety cap here, and you're ready to go. Top this. Boom. You've got a light that'll last all camping trip, the entire camping trip. I mean, you set this up on a table, like you're camping, you got one of those little 4-seat tables, set this in the middle, boom, you got dinner by candlelight. You're wanting a special night with your lady, get a small wreath that this will fit into. Let this, have the wreath come up about that high, have this coming up the middle, set that in the middle of your table, and boom, dinner by candlelight. No smells, no nothing. Easy to work with. I mean, and it's cheap, lasts a long time. I mean, they work great. I've got 3 of them. This one, I've used it for about an hour and a half, maybe more, because we had a small power outage. But look, that's how much fluid was used. Just a little bit off the top. I mean, that's at least 100 hours of use. They are worth it. They are well worth it. And you can't really screw it up. It's a lantern. You light it on fire and it burns. I mean, if you got small kids, watch your kids around it. But for the average person, power outage, big storm, you get stuck somewhere, like hell, you could be like, when I go camping and I go to the cave systems, I carry it back with me. I could stick this in my pack, and when I'm in the caves, if I have to sit down, if I get cold, anything like that happens, I've got that. I mean, it serves its purpose and then some. But they are great devices. I'm gonna link where my purchases from this onto YouTube. I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows where to get these. I mean, they work great. And just to extend that little wick out, all it is a pair of needle nose pliers, and you just kind of pinch and twist just to pull up enough wick. I mean, you saw the wick. It's that tall. And you get a flame that high. I mean, it's great equipment. It's great equipment just for, emergencies. Yeah, definitely great for emergencies. Camping, great for camping. You want to have dinner by candlelight? Bam, there you go. There's so many things that you could use it for. Your choice.